In the secluded town of Ravenswood, there stood a desolate mansion known as the Hollow House. For years, the townsfolk whispered of its cursed history, and none dared to approach it after dusk. The legend of the Hollow House told of an old woman who once lived there, a reclusive figure named Eliza Blackwood. She was known for her eerie green eyes and a penchant for wearing dark veils, even on the sunniest of days. Eliza was rumored to be a witch, though nothing was ever proven. One fateful night, as a storm raged outside, a group of curious teenagers decided to test their courage. Sarah, the boldest of the group, led them to the mansion's creaking front door. Armed with flashlights and trembling hands, they pushed the door open, and it groaned in protest. The air inside was thick with dust and the scent of decay. Cobwebs draped the corners like ancient curtains, and the floorboards creaked with every tentative step. As they moved deeper into the mansion, the atmosphere grew heavier, as if the house itself was watching them. They stumbled upon a dimly lit room at the end of a long hallway. In the center of the room stood an ornate mirror, its surface tarnished with age. Drawn to it, Sarah reached out and wiped away the grime, revealing their reflections. But instead of their own faces, they saw the gaunt visage of Eliza Blackwood staring back at them, her green eyes glowing with malevolent fire. A cold wind swept through the room, extinguishing their flashlights. Panic set in, and the teenagers tried to flee, but the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. The walls seemed to close in, and whispering voices filled the air, chanting Eliza's name over and over. Sarah's heart pounded as she fumbled for an escape. In the mirror, Eliza's reflection stepped forward, her hand reaching out as if to grasp them. The room grew colder, the temperature plummeting until their breath turned to mist. Just as Eliza's fingers were about to touch the mirror's surface, Sarah screamed, and the spell broke. The door burst open, spilling them out into the hallway. They didn't stop running until they were far away from the accursed house. To this day, none of them speak of that night, and the Hollow House remains abandoned, its secrets forever entombed within its decaying walls. The townsfolk continue to whisper, and the legend of Eliza Blackwood lives on, haunting the memories of those who dared to disturb her eternal solitude.